Hello, and welcome to the Sweet Madness podcast, where we talk about everything sweet and everything bad and everything in between. And today is definitely an in-between episode. So one question that I have been asked constantly when I was on the dating apps is, what's your greatest fear? We've all seen that prompt, right? If you've been on Hinge or anything about that, yeah. What's your greatest fear? Now, here's what we have to define. Are we talking rational fears or irrational fears here? So if we're talking rational fears, dying in a plane crash, driving off of a bridge, bridges scare the crap out of me. Heights, those are some of them. I have a few more. But if we're talking irrational fears, you're gonna laugh at me because it is pretty freaking irrational, and giving the setting of where this fear lives, you're gonna be like, what? But it's such a happy place. It's supposed to be for kids. No, it's freaking creepy and scary. You know what? I have to laugh at myself too, because I know it's for kids and I know it's supposed to be fun and I know that it's irrational. So anyway, I'm sure you're dying to know what it is. And if you know me personally, you know what it is. My irrational fear, my greatest one, is the It's a Small World ride in Disney. Yes. And here's why. And you bet I have a list of reasons coming at you. So number one, it's a broken record. How fudging annoying is it to hear the same song over and over and over again on repeat? Pretty effing annoying, right? But then let's add the Sherman Brothers composition to that. Now, before the It's a Small World lovers out there start defending the Sherman Brothers creativity and composition, I'm not here to insult it. I appreciate them so much. I look up to their creativity. Actually, the Sherman Brothers wrote many of the Disney songs I loved growing up, including the entire Mary Poppins soundtrack. I mean, come on. Spoonsful of Sugar? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? I mean, come on, it's gold, it's fun. And you know what? My other favorite is the Tiki 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 Room. And that's not just because that was a song I danced to as a kid when I was in a tap class. I had this really cute royal blue costume and I had feathers and my shoes were painted blue. Oh God, it was cutie patootie central. Anyway, I am getting off topic here. The thing about It's a Small World after all is that even though it's a catchy song, it's never ending. It's the same stanzas repeating over and over and over again like a never-ending carousel of madness. And we're stuck on it. The ride. Literally, we're stuck on a boat until the ride ends. And the song is on a constant loop going from section to section. Have you ever had a song stuck in your head, but it's only been the same two lines or the same part just repeating over and over and over again, and you feel like you're going insane and you're in your own personal nightmare? Yeah, you understand. Well, this is that for me. It never stops. It never continues, like an old 45 stuck in a record player. And if you don't know what a 45 is, please research it. And it's also like, you know how like nails on a chalkboard feel? Well, when nails on a chalkboard happen, I don't feel it in my bones. Like people say, oh, I feel nails on a chalkboard in my bones. I feel it in my teeth. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And now like comparing this to the Sherman Brothers It's a Small World song, the music, it scratches and itches at me like nails on a chalkboard. But no matter how hard I try, I can't get that itchy, irky feeling away. So there I am, stuck in a timeless loop of repeated insanity. Yeah, that's how the song affects me. And the kicker is, after the song is over, it does get stuck in my head, like for reals. So it takes what feels like forever to get out. So, you know what? Broken record brain it is. And it's haunting me endlessly. And it's insane. I hate it. I hate the effect it has on me. It's not a bad song. It just affects me in a negative way. So reason number 2 is dolls moving No, thank you. So as we know, Disney is known for their animatronics. Walt created the first animatronic version of a person for the 1964 World's Fair, and Abraham Lincoln made his debut in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, Queens, whoop whoop, hey home, where Disney actually contributed many attractions to. The World's Fair was where he tested a lot of his technological breakthroughs and enhancements, and they were big things back in the day. And as most Disney fans know, he was an innovator, and he paved the way for technological advancement through imagination, possibility, and the fantastic. He believed anything was possible, and creativity drove humankind. And I appreciate his foresight. But inanimate objects that are purposely made to move like humans, robots to look like humans, dolls made to sing and dance, no thank you. To me, that's creepy town. I used to lie awake at night under my covers with my porcelain dolls my grandmother gave me. They were staring at me from their shelves when I went to sleep. Yes, I am talking about those dolls you usually see in TV shows or movies that are usually in some creepy old lady's house or a really weird, irky feeling bread and breakfast full of old, weird looking toys. Yeah, my grandma gave me those, okay? And here's another thing. I don't even like cartoons or stop motion. If you're a millennial, do you remember Kablam? It was that Nickelodeon show that was like a odd, cartoony kids version of SNL. I think it was before all that came out. I have to look that up. But anyway, they had this stop motion skit with a caveman and an alien, Prometheus and Bob. Prometheus and Bob freaked me the f*** out. And when I was a kid, I would actually pretend to go to the bathroom. Well, I didn't pretend. I ended up actually going to the bathroom, but like not using the bathroom. I went to hide. So I used to pretend to go to the bathroom and left my brother, who was watching it and enjoying it, left him to enjoy it. So he had Kablam all to himself for a couple minutes. So now, now that you know my attitude toward inanimate objects that come to life, you can see why It's a Small World dolls leave me uneasy. I know they're not anywhere near the status of the Johnny Depp version of the Jack Sparrow animatronic in Pirates of the Caribbean, but they remind me too much of the porcelain and Chucky doll creepiness. And no, I've never seen the Chucky movie, and I never intend to. Horror movies are not my thing either. Reason number 3. White Sea of Death. Okay. Let's talk about the end of this ride. But first, let's talk about this ride's message. It's one that is so wholesome and beyond admirable. I'm a big advocate for embracing other cultures and educating myself about the people of the world. Accepting and embracing each other's differences is a big message of my children's book, Bella the Bucktooth Ballerina. But Mr. Disney already paved the same message's way, but through an interactive ride full of entertaining storyboarding. And as I mentioned before, we're taken through scenes of dolls representing children of the world's different cultures. The It's a Small World song is the driving force and through-line connection to the writer. That's why it's on a loop and never ends. And whoa, there is a bigger metaphor there, and the world is even smaller than you think. So anyway, Disney is known for their research. So in every single country and culture we travel on this ride, the dolls are wearing culturally appropriate clothing and dancing in the style their country originated to the Sherman Brothers' It's a Small World After All. The song actually switches languages at points to highlight the accuracy of the different represented cultures we're experiencing. It's all encompassing, and you know what? I find it fitting that Disney decided to make this a water ride. As water covers 71% of the Earth's surface, and flows about every land in the entire world. And all of us are made up of 60% water, no matter where we come from. So water is not only essential to our lives, but it is essential to the world and nature, and it is the very thing that connects us all together. Okay, yes, I will get off this now. But now here's my qualm with the ending of the It's a Small World. Here's where it comes into play with the ending. At the end of the ride, all of the dolls wear white. Considering the context, story, and message of the ride, white is used to signify unity, acceptance, peace, right? This is beautiful, except my brain being my brain. And this ride with the same song over and over, and my fears and of animatronics and my thoughts, well, they don't effortlessly go there. Instead, they're uneasy. I don't automatically see hope or feel my heart burst because of its message of acceptance. Combine the aforementioned creepiness and fears, I don't see white as hope. I see death. I see all the animatronic children wearing the same exact color, dancing weirdly, happily, to a song that never stops, as if the song has killed them and they're in some weird, sick version of hell masked as heaven. Yeah, welcome to my brain. I'm a weirdo, and I totally understand if you don't want to subscribe to any of my newsletters, but I promise this is the weirdest content I put out so far. And you know what? I can't promise anything for the future, but this level of weirdness is about as weird as it gets. Please subscribe to my newsletter on amandamontoni.com. Anyway, if you're wondering if I avoid the ride at all, no, I don't. If my friends want to go on it or my mom wants to go on it, I will. I will, reluctantly, but I will. The one in Disneyland is absolutely gorgeous, I must say. I'm a big fan of Imagineering and the detail that the Imagineers put into everything that is in Disneyland or Disney World. It's just beautiful. So the It's a Small World ride is its own building in Disneyland, California, and it like sparkles in the California sunshine and all that magical crap. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It has like a moat. It's like its own castle. It's very beautiful. And so back to anyway, I go on the ride, I face my fear, and just like all of the other animatronic rides in Disney, Snow White, Winnie the Pooh gets really dark. Pirates of the Caribbean, like I go on all of them. And so even though Disney is not the happiest are not the happiest places in the world for me, I still have a grand old time. But I face the very thing that makes it scary for me. Because, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Face your fears, do the courageous thing anyway. And each time I go on Small World, I sit with my feels. I feel uncomfortable. I sit through the uncomfortability. And each time I come out feeling a bit less fearful than before. Now, I still think it's funky terrifying, but I secretly give myself a pat on the back when I get back to the crowded streets of the park. Crowds are another thing for me. I digress. That's why I avoid Times Square. I digress again. If you have any questions for me or the Sweet Madness podcast, submit them now. My special Q&A episode is coming up, and if you want your questions answered on the pod, head to the link in the show notes now. I am gathering them now, and I'm going through them, and let's see if yours makes the cut. So don't forget to comment or rate or subscribe. Also, as you know, that's how we thrive here, on feedback and responses and comments from you. Also, you know, I'll drop the socials in the show notes below so you can follow my weirdness. But you know what, guys? Sweet things are always happening in the madness. Oh, including merch. Merch drops happen here at the Sweet Madness podcast, which I'm really, really excited about. We got some exciting products coming up and some really cool cool and cute products already. My favorite is the beanie by far. I'll also put a link to the store in the show notes. And until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye, guys.